Everything you were taught about financial security is a lie designed to keep you stationary. In 2026, a traditional savings account isn't a safety net, it's a furnace where your purchasing power goes to die. Look at this. While you were playing it safe, the global money supply expanded at a rate that makes your 0.5% interest look like a rounding error. Today, we aren't just talking about investing, we are talking about survival in an era of hyper-devaluation. If you're still hoarding cash, you're not saving, you're losing, slowly, systematically. Inflation isn't a headline anymore. It's a permanent tax on the uneducated. By mid-2026, the real-world cost of living has decoupled entirely from the CPI. We are seeing a structural shift where fiat currency acts more like a melting ice cube than a store of value. The math is brutal. At current shadow inflation rates, $100,000 in a high-yield account today will have the buying power of $70,000 in just 36 months. You aren't earning interest. You are paying for the privilege of watching your wealth evaporate. The 60-40 portfolio is dead. Bonds, once the bedrock of the middle-class retirement, have become return-free risk. A central bank's struggle to manage the debt-to-GDP spiral, the traditional correlation between stocks and bonds has shattered. In 2026, the only way to protect your legacy is to move beyond the banking system's perimeter. We are entering the era of active allocation. You must stop being a saver and start being a sovereign allocator. Here's how the elites are moving their capital while you're checking your banking app.
Welcome to the era of hard assets 2.0. In 2026, Bitcoin is no longer a speculative asset. It's the world's first global, neutral, digital collateral. While the dollar is printed at the whim of policymakers, the mathematical certainty of 21 million is the only hedge that matters. But it's not just about holding, it's about the yield-on-yield strategy. Institutional players are now using decentralized protocols to earn 4 to 6% on their digital gold, creating a compounding machine that fiat simply cannot match.
Cash flow is the only reality in an inflationary world. But we aren't looking at your grandfather's dividend stocks. We are targeting infrastructure sovereigns, companies that own the physical and digital pipelines of the 2026 economy. Think AI data centers, energy-as-a-service providers, and automated logistics hubs. These companies don't just pay dividends, they raise them faster than inflation can rise. This is how you build a moat around your lifestyle that no central bank can bridge. Real estate used to be the ultimate gatekeeper asset. In 2026, the gate is gone. Tokenization has arrived. You can now own 1% of a prime Manhattan medical center or a logistics hub in Singapore with the click of a button. This isn't a REIT. This is direct ownership on the blockchain. No middleman, no management fees, just pure, unadulterated rental yield. By diversifying across 10 different global jurisdictions through fractional tokens, you eliminate the geographic risk that kills traditional landlords. The biggest mistake of 2026? Investing in the past instead of the engine. AI isn't a sector, it's the new electricity. If your portfolio doesn't include the compute layer, the specialized hardware and energy grids that power the AI revolution, you are effectively betting against industrialization. The Magnificent Seven have evolved into the compute cartel. By owning the infrastructure that the world uses to think, you are capturing the productivity gains of every single business on the planet. Your most undervalued asset isn't in your brokerage account. It's your ability to leverage the new tools. In 2026, the solopreneur is the new Fortune 500. Investing $10,000 into high-level AI prompt engineering or neural network automation skills yields a higher ROI than any stock ever could. We are seeing individuals generate 7-figure revenues with 0 employees. This is the ultimate hedge, becoming so valuable that your income scales faster than the currency devalues. So what does the anti-saving portfolio actually look like in 2026? It's a barbell strategy. On one side, 40% in hard assets like Bitcoin and tokenized gold for preservation. On the other side, 40% in productive equity, AI infrastructure and energy. The final 20%, liquid opportunity capital held in short-term yield-bearing stablecoins, ready to deploy during the inevitable volatility. This isn't a defensive posture, It's an offensive machine designed to harvest value from a chaotic system.
The window to make this transition is closing. In the next 24 months, we expect to see the great migration of institutional capital into these very assets. Once the pension funds and sovereign wealth funds have finished their entry, the prices you see today will be historical footnotes. You are currently standing at the same precipice people stood at in 1971 when the gold standard ended. Those who stayed in cash were wiped out. Those who moved into assets became the new elite.
How do you start tomorrow? Step 1. Audit your zombie cash. Anything beyond a 3-month emergency fund is a liability. Step 2. Establish your hard asset floor. Get into positions that cannot be printed. Step 3. Automate your flow. Set up recurring purchases into dividend growth and AI infrastructure tokens. In the digital age, the person who spends 5 minutes setting up an automated system beats the person who spends 5 hours analyzing the market every single time.
The goal isn't just to have more money. The goal is to be uncancelable, untaxable by inflation, and entirely sovereign. In 2026, wealth isn't a number in a bank's database. It's the ownership of the world's most critical systems. Stop saving for a future that won't exist. Start building the portfolio that the future requires. The era of the saver is over. The era of the allocator has begun. Which one will you be? Subscribe and join the 1% who see the shift before it's common knowledge.